Welcome back to another day of Get to Know Me Tag. Thank you Chairman Prod for passing me the mic. And today you guys will be on a date with me for a short time period. So let's go. First question is,
what is your name?
So my name is Thomas Tuan Chit, or Trin. That's how you pronounce it in English. And yeah, nothing special.
Why were you given that name?
Thomas was given to me because my uncle liked the name Thomas. Simple as that.
What are your nicknames?
I have a lot of nicknames. I have Tommy, I have Rufio, I have Yoshi, I got Jolteon, I got Tommy T, I got T Trigger, which is really weird, Tom Trizzle, and I had Tommy Trizzle, and I had this random shit. I don't know, I remember. Those are like the top 8 ones I remember.
When is your birth month and day?
So my birth month is Jan 30th. So January 30th, so 1:30.
How tall are you?
I am 5'7", so that's like average height, I believe. Normal height, whatever it is, I don't know.
What are you allergic to?
I am allergic to garlic. Not as bad as before, but it's, yeah, I'm a vampire, straight as is. If I eat garlic, I die. No, not that bad. I actually get like, my immune system drops and I get really sick. It's weird. I don't have this like weird rash reaction though. It's just a different effect.
Do you have or have you had any body modifications?
I do not have any body modifications. No piercings, no tattoos. I did consider getting a tattoo when I became 18, but I just got backed out of it. I felt like I just got it because everybody else wanted to get one at the time. And I was like, well, yeah, it's not my thing.
Are you left-handed or right-handed?
I am right-handed with majority of stuff I do. Left-handed with certain like shooting a gun, I use my left hand. And then other stuff too, like some artistic stuff, I use my left hand. Sometimes I try drawing my left hand, and right hand, I don't know. What's that term called? Ambidextrous, I can't pronounce it.
What is the story behind one of your scars?
I really don't have any scars. I did have a scar for a while on my eyebrow, and I know that that's like a real, like I can't remember what side, but it's like a weird cut that I have. That I first face a certain way, but I fell on my face in the shower, and I fell onto this like the sliding door grid on the bottom, and it hit my face when I was like 5 or 6. It got a huge cut, and then I had the little scar there for a little bit. Now it's gone. I think completely healed, except like the eyebrow thing.
What's your most favorite thing about your body?
I don't have a favorite body thing. It's like I'm really comfortable with what I look like. I don't really care for much. Let's see, eyes. My favorite thing to see. I want to see. Vision-wise, I guess my eyes, and then I guess I have a working penis. There you go. That's really important too. So yeah, I guess eyes and a penis.
How many are in your immediate family? What's the relation to you?
I have 3. It's my father, my sister, and my mom. I don't know why I should have said my father, mother, and sister, but I went, let's skip, whatever. You guys get it.
Who do you live with?
Who do I live with? So currently I live with Brandon, Choi, Jojo, Can from Poriotics, Can's girlfriend Bree, and Kevin the pharmacist. Woo!
Do you have any pets?
I have a pet named Bolt. He is a white German Shepherd, half husky mix. And he is the most coolest dog in the world. I love him to death.
What are your thoughts with your current living situation?
I feel very thankful for what I have right now, especially living with a very creative group of people, and people who hustle and work really hard and don't sit around the house and just do jack shit. Even though when we relax, that's what we do. This is something I get to, because of the situation I'm in, it can help me save a little bit more money, and I can take that money I saved up and invest into bigger things in the future. So it's pretty cool.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
No. Reason being is you can't love someone when you first see them, because when you first see them, it's more on a physical attraction, and love is built over time once you get to know someone.
Do you believe in soulmates?
I do believe in soulmates. Reason being is someone will become your soulmate down the line as long as you guys connect, and that will lead on to bigger growth as a couple. So, yeah.
Do you believe in kissing on the first date?
It depends on the situation. If the girl wants to kiss on the first date, I'm open to that. But usually I respect the space the first time. The first time getting to know someone, it's more on getting like, I feel like kissing is more on that affectionate side. Because you don't really have an affection for someone yet when you go on the first date, you know what I mean? Understand? Go with me? But I'm open to it.
Who should pay on the first date?
Being a boy or girl, it doesn't matter who pays first, but personally me, I like to pay on the first date. Reason being is because if I like them, I have a chance to say, you can get me next time.
Who should make the first move?
That doesn't matter to me either. But what do you mean by move? What do you mean by move? What's the move? Initiating, like the touching, the feeling? Alright. I'm a guy who's open to like many options. Personally me, I usually do the first move, but if a girl does the first move on me, I'm very comfortable with that too.
Do you like pursuing or being the one pursued?
Do I like pursuing? I do like pursuing more than being pursued, but I enjoy a girl pursuing me too sometimes. You know, sometimes a guy gets a little pampered, a little bit, you know? Enjoy it a little bit.
Have you ever been caught masturbating?
Caught? I don't know. Watched? Yes. This is a weird question. Watched, reason being, in a past relationship, she asked me to masturbate in front of her while she masturbated, so. Yeah, caught, I don't know about caught. It was more or less being asked to masturbate in front of someone. Why am I sharing these things with you guys?
Do you kiss with your eyes closed?
I do not kiss with my eyes open, but I open them slightly time to time, but not much. It's just very like a small squint kind of thing. I don't know. It's weird. I sleep with my eyes open too. So I don't know what it is. But yeah, usually majority of the time, it's closed.
What would you instantly change about yourself if you could?
At this moment in time in my life, I feel like there's nothing left for me to change because it took 4 years for that to happen, and it finally did. So, I thank her very much for that.
What makes you angry?
What makes me angry are fake people. Liars, cheaters, disloyal, people who backstab you. They get on my nerves. I don't get angry easily, but those are the people who tick me off.
What motivates you to work hard?
Myself. There's no quote. There's no desire for anything. I work hard, not because of the money. I don't work hard because of someone else. I don't work hard to prove myself anything. I work hard because I just work hard. Genuinely, I just do. And I can't think of any reason why I do it.
What is your favorite thing about your career?
My favorite thing about my career is that I control it. I control every aspect of my career. I control the path of what I want and what I get to do. So that's what I enjoy the most.
What makes you laugh the hardest?
What made me laugh the hardest is stupid moments and silly moments that you share with your friends and family. Jokes, inside jokes, good memories, and say, that's it. Happy and very joyful, sad moments too. I cry and laugh too. So it depends on it varies. There's a lot of stuff to list. I just can't list them on top of my head.
What makes you giggle?
Well, that goes in hand with laughing. Giggling, I giggle at everything, how I analyze situations, how I analyze jokes. I giggle on how I interpret jokes too. So some people don't laugh at certain jokes, I laugh at it, and it's just me. I just giggle at a lot of stuff.
What makes you cry the easiest?
It's hard for me to get to extreme emotions, but when I get to them, when I become sad, I cry more than I should. I feel like, I don't know why. Sometimes I get these emotions get the best of me, but the reason why I cry, it makes me cry the easiest, is probably a lost. And it's because of probably emotional attachments to things, and having to give up someone, or having to give up something. That's when I cry the most.
What do you do to relax?
What do I do to relax? Listen to music. Listening to music, playing games with friends, spending time with friends. That's actually relaxing to me. Even though it takes energy to talk and stuff like that. I think bonding with people and not thinking about what you have to do, you know, or what you got to do. That's a relaxing moment, is just hanging out with people.
What are your 2 pet peeves?
I have a lot of patience with things. I don't get annoyed with many things, but I think the thing that annoys me the most, but come on! The thing that annoys me the most is probably ungrateful complainers. That's it, that's probably the only thing. Oh, probably certain drivers too in the 626, because it's scary when you drive there and they run red lights and hit people and cause their families to get in accidents, and yeah. no bueno.
Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
I am an extrovert, but I like playing an introvert. Time to time, reason being is I like to connect with people on a very close basis too. But I also vibe out with people's energy, so I'm more on that like 50 or like 60-40%.
What is your favorite sport?
I do enjoy sports. I don't have a certain sport that I'm really into. The sports that I got involved with would probably be soccer and taekwondo. But overall, sports-wise, I don't follow sports as much. I'm not a hardcore sports person, but I enjoy watching it with people and company of people.
What was the last concert you went to?
The last concert I've been to was Kanye West, 808 and Heartbreaks concert with the rest of the JK family, and it was awesome.
What's your favorite movie?
So my favorite movie is Saving Private Ryan as an overall film, but I'll just say Star Wars. Reason being is because I have a stronger emotional attachment to Star Wars. Because Star Wars, the Star Wars series, is the reason why I pursued films. And I guess that's the first thing that actually inspired me or sparked me of an interest into something that I've grown attached to.
What's your favorite TV show or online series?
I don't watch much TVs, I don't watch YouTube, I don't watch much of that stuff, but the last thing I watched was Game of Thrones, and that was really good. The writing was amazing. How it was shot from the beginning was okay, and as the seasons progressed, you saw it got better and better. So yeah, Game of Thrones, overall, well written, very complex characters. I like that stuff.
What is your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue. It always has been blue. A lot of other colors came into play. I don't wear blue as much, but it would be my top, and then black, white, gray would be the basics like everybody else likes. And then teal and turquoise. But blue, the blue range of blue, I really like that.
What's your favorite song?
My favorite song, oh man, depends. I don't really have a favorite song, but the first thing that would pop in my head would probably be like Frank Ocean's Sweet Life. That's the melody. I care less, like with music, I care less for the lyrics, even though sometimes lyrics do complement the feel of the instruments. But it's the melodies, and that's what it is. I think I like listening to scores. I like listening to jazz and hip hop beats more than the actual song with the lyrics in it. But Sweet Life was like a good combination of both. It was a good feel. It was no matter what, like the downs you're going through, whatever happens to you, you know, you'll always be fine. It's always that good life you have. Like it's always like everything, even the bad you go through, is learning. Like there's a learning lesson from it. So I always see the positive things out of situations.
What's your favorite food?
So many food to choose from. Why? Okay, favorite food, man. These questions are hard, especially when you like a lot of stuff. I really do enjoy Vietnamese food. It's traditionally I'm Vietnamese. I just had a strong taste in Vietnamese food. Outside that, it would probably be Japanese food. But mostly in Japanese food would be like sashimi. So yeah. Be more strict with Vietnamese food would probably be like gumball sao or bún bò sao or like gumball nước lắc or like pho or like gum thịt nướng. So yeah, sorry, sometimes that's how you pronounce it in Vietnamame. But yeah, those are the dishes.
What's your favorite season?
Well, my favorite season will probably be winter time. Reason being is that it's cold, I get to layer up, you get to cuddle, you get to like do a lot of stuff that's really nice too, with a significant other or a close friend of yours, or whatever it is. It's like that more, that I think when winter comes around, people come together a little more and bond a little more since it's kind of cold outside. People just kind of huddle around each other. So I like that feel of like company.
What's your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday would be Thanksgiving. I love food. Or Christmas.
Do you sing in the shower?
I used to time to time. Recently I haven't, but I should again. Definitely something that's a fun activity to do in the shower. Most songs I do like to sing are probably like jazz rock, jazz hip hop, jazz blues, Weezer, Frank Ocean, 21 Pilots, Blink 182. It ranges. I could never rap that well, so rock and jazz is kind of my thing.
What is your biggest fear?
I really don't know the answer to this question. Pain-wise, probably drowning, but that's it. Like I don't want to know. Death, gotten to the point where if I die tomorrow, okay, people are gonna be sad, okay. I don't know. I really don't know.
How would your friends describe you?
I don't know either. Probably, from what I heard, I'm like complex sometimes. They're like really hard to read. But overall, general, I think would be kindness and loving. That's just characteristics and traits I've always carried on me. And I do it not because it makes me feel good, not because it's the thing I have to do or I feel obligated to do. It's because those are the areas I'm really in tap with my emotions, and that's what makes me human still.
What are your hobbies?
So my hobbies are what I do now. I make film, creating like visual experiences, making Legos, collecting certain things, going on adventures. Adventures can be close or far. You can make an adventure out of almost anything you do. That's the gist. Those are like the main things I like.
Do you collect anything?
I do collect stuff. I used to collect Pogs. I used to collect Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon cards. I used to sell Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. I used to collect Digimon cards too when I was younger. I used to collect Hot Wheels, Legos, a lot of toys. I used to have a lot of toys. And now currently I collect play art figurines from Square Enix.
What was your first job?
My first job was working for Far East Movement throughout college and to the end of college. So that was my first job. Most crazy experience of my life. So how I got this job was through college. I applied for an internship. That internship turned into a job, and that job turned into a full life experience that I am grateful for. And there's a lot of pros and cons that came out of that. And I'm thankful I went through that. I went through that. I experienced everything. You know, experienced the pain, experienced the goods, the bads.
How many languages do you speak?
I currently speak fluently. I speak two. Of course, it's English. I'm speaking right now. And Vietnamese, which I'm bit not Viet, and like Nihongo Skoshi Hanashita, which is like very little Japanese here and there, which just makes it three. But two are the major, and then the other one's like very minor in what I speak.
Where is the strangest place you've peed?
The strangest place I peed, I didn't pee anywhere strange. What's considered strange? When you gotta go, you gotta go. Probably in a trash can. I remember peeing in a bottle once, but that's like me peeing in a bottle.
What's the most embarrassing thing your parents have ever caught you doing?
My parents caught me watching porn. It was embarrassing, that slight 5 minutes, and then they explained everything, and I was like, whoa, don't have to be embarrassed anymore. I wasn't masturbating, I was just browsing around looking at shit. And my parents walked in, and they caught me, and I was like, oh! I didn't know what to say. And then my dad and mom sat me down and talked to me like, yeah, boys get, you guys get curious and stuff like that, and it's nothing wrong looking at the stuff. You know, boys, like almost every boy goes through it, or even girls, whatever it is. They're very open to that kind of stuff. Because I knew my dad did collect Playboys and stuff like that at that time, and my mom didn't really care either. And yeah, I guess that was a really open relationship when it came to like sex and self-discovery of the human body. My parents were really open to it.
If you could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would you go?
There's so many things I want to see, but fully experience and fully live in, or life-wise, is Japan. And we're going soon! Yes, Japan! So yes, Japan, always Japan. And the reason why I chose Japan is because I grew up in a very, like, a Japanese neighborhood, and I was surrounded by Japanese culture. So that I really wanted to tune into that area of like my interest, because I haven't experienced Japan fully. I was there for a day because of business matters and just left. So that was really hard, I'm here but I can't go out. So I really want to experience Japan at its fullest and really get in depth with the culture a little bit. But outside of Japan, I probably want to visit Vietnam too, because Vietnam is some place I want to be. Since I'm Vietnamese, I wanted to kind of visit the heritage, where I came from, or my parents, where they came from. So yeah.
You just found out you have $1 million. What's the first thing you would buy?
I just got $1 million. If I have to spend this money, I'll probably spend it on opening a restaurant to make more money. Probably something a little bit of a fusion of certain things, like Asian mixed with French, Asian French stuff, along those lines. But not, it's more on a average price, not too high, not too cheap, affordable for almost any class to get and make it awesome and good.
If you could choose to do anything for a day, what would it be?
Anything would probably be hanging out with friends and family. They matter the most.
If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh shit. Logically, I would say if I want to stay alive, it's probably like Waba Grill, like the chicken plate or something, shit like that. It has like meats and vegetables and like carbs and fruit. But if I had to choose like a dish, probably like pizza or something. But I feel like I'll get sick of pizza. So I'll just revert back to the logical standpoint of eating just Waba Grill.
Would you rather ride a bike, ride a horse, or drive a car?
Everything sounds great, but I do like cars more than the other two ways of transportation. Yeah, car. It's simple for me, just car.
What regular famous person would you want to be stranded with on a deserted island?
Regular or famous? I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I wouldn't know the exact answer. But if I was stranded on an island, I do have some survival skills, but I don't know how experienced I would be because I wasn't put in that situation. Logic, I would think of like a survivor, like someone like Bear Grylls. But I do like to spend time with people too. Like someone that's actually generally like I'm close to, not just some crazy dude that knows how to survive and shit. Or maybe I get close to him, I don't know. But probably a very close best friend of mine.
If money was not an issue, what would you do all day?
Probably spend that money with friends and family. Once I said it again, I don't know, this keeps coming up, I don't know why. Friends and family is kind of thing. Spend it on the biggest production ever and accomplish a one-day production. That's probably gonna be it. Shoot an entire feature in one day.
If you could go back in time, what year would you travel to?
Oh, this is hard too. This is a very hard question. I do want to see history and change history. Imagine changing history? That's crazy. But the main question is, can I travel back? Can I travel back is another question. I don't know. If I can't travel back and I'm stuck there, probably my high school days and fucking tell myself the shit that's gonna happen and make my younger self make those things to become a billionaire and change history and prevent things from happening.
If you were ruler of your own country, what would be the first law you would introduce?
The first thing that popped in my head was no smoking. I don't know why, but that was the first thing. That's hard too. Because there has to be a check and balance with law. Because one law can say one thing and another thing has to come in there to play all the scenarios of that law. So I'm just gonna stick with no smoking for now. Because that's the most simplest, most basic answer I can give you.
If you could choose to stay a certain age forever, what age would it be?
What age? Now. I say now. Now is the best age I can ever be. Is the best age I'm at. It's actually, I feel great because I've grown as a person, and I feel like there is still like little like points in my life where I will grow a little bit more. But right now, I feel like it's the greatest.
If you were immortal for a day, what would you do?
This is a very dark, very dark answer. I would probably like kill a lot of people. A lot of very, very cruel people out there. I'd probably just hunt them down and destroy them, remove them, eradicate them from the earth, and every affiliation they have with, yeah, to remove what we call evil on this planet. I guess I don't know. A lot of guns. Realistically, because you don't have superpowers, the only power you have is you're immortal, so people can't kill you. So you won't have laser beams, you can't fly or anything. But you can jump out of planes and smash through buildings and stuff without getting hurt. So, probably like super strength because you're immortal. I don't know if that's one that goes hand in hand or not. And yeah, just take on armies, take on cruel people and free the human race from destroying itself.
If you had to change your first name, what would you change it to?
Why change my name? I don't know, I have no reason to change my name. I like my name, so why change it? I have no other preference. If I was born with a name like I was named Brandon, or I was named like Josh, or I was named like Bart, or I was named like Matt, or Casey, I wouldn't change it. You're born that way, live it.
If you could meet anyone, living or dead, who would you want to meet?
Donald Glover. Frank Ocean, Christopher Nolan, Emmanuel Zev, I can't pronounce his last name. Crap, how do you pronounce his last name? Lubeski, yeah. Emmanuel Lubeski, who is a cinematographer. Yeah, those are probably the 4 people I would want to really meet. Frank Ocean, Donald Glover, reason being is musicians. I'm really into music. I used to play music a lot, do a lot of music too. Kind of fell out of that, but I still enjoy it a lot. And Christopher Nolan, probably one of my favorite directors. And then Emmanuel Lubeski is because he's one of my favorite cinematographers, DPs on this planet.
If you could know the answer to any question besides what is the meaning of life, what would it be?
Will we see another Earth?
If you could be any fictional character, who would you choose?
Deadpool. Because you can't fucking kill me.
What is your favorite childhood memory?
The first thing that popped up made me think about many other things that happened along the lines, but the first thing that popped in my head was when I was a kid. I don't remember how old I was very little. And I remember I was walking through Yosemite and my mom grabbed my hand and we were walking together. There's like tall trees and the sunbeam was like shooting down. It was very beautiful. That's all I remember. And then I remember the moments I was sitting in the car with my family when we used to go on road trips and we would sing to the Beatles all the time. And that was really cool too.
Where was the last place you traveled?
The last place I traveled to was Hawaii. If you consider that traveling, still in the States. But Hawaii would probably be the last thing I traveled. That was far outside of California.
What did you want to be when you were younger?
As a kid, I think I wanted to be many things because your imagination is just out there. It goes, you know? So the youngest I was probably 6 or 7. I wanted to be like a movie guy. I don't know what it was. Anything, real lots of movies. I wanted to be part of like a SWAT team randomly because I watched like a SWAT movie. I can't remember what it was. It was just a SWAT team member. I wanted to be a doctor at one point. I wanted to be like a dentist at one point. I wanted to be someone that helped people too. So it's just broad stuff.
What was the first thing you learned how to cook?
The first thing I learned how to cook was probably fried rice because I don't consider cooking rice or making rice cooking. You just kind of put it in a pot. But I guess the first dish I would make is probably fried rice, and I have a specialty of how I make fried rice. And the best fried rice ever. Yeah. I think it's a mixture of things. I put a little bit of curry powder in there to spice it up a little. I use Chinese sausage. You guys know what that is. I mix in pineapples. I mix in cashews, green onions itself, a little bit of spinach.
What is the best gift you have ever been given?
Someone's love and kindness. It's probably the best gift they can ever give me. To me, like a physical object that someone gives me, it's nice. It's cool they give me something I like. But that doesn't mean as much as how much they care. It doesn't mean as much as how much they love you, how much they care, like the kindness they give you. The show of appreciation that you are part of their life, that's what cares most. Like that's what cares to me. Like that's what I care about. So they can give me whatever they want, as long as it's not like a box of shit, you know? Then that's just a joke. If it's something horrible, I don't consider it as a gift. It's just an object.
Have you ever worn the same underwear for more than 2 days in a row?
I have, but it was not underwear. You can consider boxers underwear. So if it's boxers underwear, then yeah, I wore it twice. No more than 2 days, from what I remember. And if it smells really bad in one day, like it smells like shit, then you gotta take it out. But I don't know why. The only reason it would smell very sour is because you went to the gym or you were in a physical activity. It was really hot outside and you're wearing tight jeans or whatever it is to keep all that junk inside. And yeah, I'll never wear it over 2 days.
Have you ever shit in your pants?
I have shat in my pants. Shat, is that right? Past tense? I have shot in my pants. That was in middle school. I gambled a fart and I lost. I think a lot of guys did. Sometime in their life, they have. Even grown men, because I knew someone that did in college.
What are you currently listening to?
Currently, I am listening to jazz, hip-hop beats. Have you guys ever heard of an artist named Flo Fils? He's from the UK, I believe. I think he's UK. UK or Germany? I get some stuff mixed up. So very like super melody, jazz, hip-hop stuff. Kind of the old school style. Keeps stuff just chill and relaxed.
What are 5 things you do every single day?
Of course, brushing my teeth, taking a shower, taking a shit and peeing, eating, and living. It's the 5 things you do. And living consists of many things. Living is me like doing my work, you know, hobbies. That's part of my 5 things. That's part of living. So yeah, those are the 5 simplest, basic shit you do. That everyone does. You should. Should brush your teeth every day.
Aside from necessities, what's one thing you could not go a day without?
I don't have to listen to music, but I do it no matter what time or day, unless I'm like editing or working. I listen to music, and it keeps me. I don't know what it does. It just keeps me calm, really calm. It's super chill. I think if I don't listen to music, I'll be like just lost in my head. I wouldn't know what to do.
How long does it take you to get ready in the morning?
I usually wake up 2 to 3 hours before I start do anything, and anything meaning any task. So like before I head out to do something, or if I have to get certain things done in the house, I wake up early, just kind of slowly get ready. I don't like feeling rushed. I don't like the feeling of I have to get here as soon as possible. I take my mornings very mellow and relax and ease myself throughout the day. And those 3 hours are really good too. It's like almost like slow meditation and slowly getting ready. So, and then like the typical getting ready itself, like the physical activity of getting ready is an hour, 45 minutes, around there, 45 to an hour.
What kitchen appliance do you use every day?
Kitchen appliance, probably the fridge and the sink. Is sink an appliance? I don't even know, is it? I don't know myself, I don't even know. But the fridge, if you consider a machine, then probably the fridge. The fridge and freezer, I use that every day. Water, fruits, ice.
What's one item you always have in your fridge?
The item that I always have in my fridge is probably frozen fruits or fruits, and water. I like my water chill. Room temperature is okay, but a little bit below room temperature is good for me. And the reason why I have fruits is because I like fruits. Better than eating junk food.
What sound do you love?
I really like the sound of a piano string being struck. Or the opposite one would probably be a sound of a tire just rubbing against concrete. One that's very like melody and really nice, and the other one's very loud and obstruct.
Do you want children one day?
At this moment in my life, I don't know. I like the idea of having kids, and I'm pretty okay without having kids. It all depends on the significant other too. She wants kids or not. And yeah, I can handle kids. I'm really good with kids. I love kids. So yeah, I can see myself having kids or not having kids.
Do you want to be married one day?
Of course. I think being marriage or being with someone for the rest of your life, that significant other, and sharing those moments that you guys go together, and having that compatibility with someone, and you two able to understand each other and stuff like that too. I think that's something amazing. So yeah, marriage.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself working with the people that I'm working with right now in 5 years. The people behind this camera, the person that's asking this question, the people who own the company, who run it, the team members within it, everyone. In 5 years, maybe we'll be working on our next feature film. I don't know. But we'll just go with the flow and make things happen. Thanks for getting to know me. Thanks for going on a date with me. You can consider this a date because these are all like the small talk date questions you guys ask, whatever it is. But we can skip all that now. We can skip all the dating questions, just go straight into whatever questions are next. And the next person I called is Josh. You're next. Alright guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it an awesome thumbs up. It's right below. And to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, whatever it is, click on the description box below. And also subscribe. It's right down there. And to check out other videos, click right over here.